Thanks for joining us again this week. Today we're going to be looking at the V60. So it's one of our favourite brew methods. Absolutely phenomenally easy to use, and you get some outstandingly delicious coffee from it. So to start off, we're going to go through the equipment that you need. So I got my Wilfer Smart again, my trusty home grinder. I'm using a different scales. I'm using the Felicitia scales today. I got my V60, carafe, my pouring kettle, Stag EKG kettle. Amazing kettle to brew at home with. Great spout to it. It's got a flow restrictor and it's temperature controlled. So it's really great to get the absolute optimum brew temperature to brew coffee at home. Also looks pretty cool as well. I've also got my V60 paper filters, really important. I'm using the unbleached paper filters today, and my mug for drinking it later. So, starting off, you get your V60 paper. First of all, you need to fold this side in on itself. So, just put it flat like this, and then we fold that edge down. Okay? Then you open it up into a cone shape like this, and pop that into your V60. Let's just get that to sit naturally on its own like that. Before we do anything else, we want to get rid of that papery taste that you naturally get with the paper filters. We want to get rid of all of that, so you just saturate all of the paper. It nicely molds itself into the shape of the V60 then as well. And while you're doing that, it warms up your carafe, which is great. So I'm just going to put that to the side. Now it's time to prep the coffee. So you take your chamber, just like last time, pop it onto the scales, tear it out so we're at 0. Then you get your beans. So I got today Los Perinos, phenomenal coffee of ours that we always go back to time and time again to this farm. Phenomenal, delicious coffee from these guys. This is a black honey processed Pacmara. So large beans, we're going to need to grind this coffee a little bit coarser than we would normally. So just open up the bag, weigh up 20 grams. So last video we talked about a brew ratio, which we use to the French press. So the brew ratio for this coffee is 1 to 15. So we put in 20 grams of dry coffee in our V60, and then we times that by 15, and that gives us our liquid yields. So 300 mils of liquid yields. So 20 grams of coffee first of all. Got 0.1 in there, overspill. Side. And I'm just going to grind coffee. We're looking for fairly coarse coffee. It's all about judging the grain consistency for yourself to achieve the right flow rate. By making the coffee finer, you slow down your extraction time. By making it coarser, you speed it up. So it's all about gauging the right time. That's amazing. Love it. Right. Take off the V60, get rid of the water. Tear it out, and then add your ground coffee to the V60. Every gram in there. Get rid of that. Then you want to flatten out the ground coffee, so just give it a shake. Just get it all nice and flat. Tear out the V60 on your scales, and then get ready to pour. I got my temperature on my kettle up to 96 degrees, so you've got to get it fairly hot for this. Then we're going to add, in the first 10 seconds, 30 grams of water. Just saturating all of the coffee there. So this is the bloom phase. So the first part of the extraction, we're leaving all the coffee deoxidize and all the CO2 to be released from the coffee and create this delicious bloom. If it's freshly roasted coffee, you'll see bubbles appearing on the top, and it's very satisfying to watch. We're going to leave that for 30 seconds, and then we're going to pour up to 100 grams. In a circular motion. So we evenly extract the coffee across the bed. Now we're looking to achieve a flat bed at the end of this process. So at 50 seconds, at 1 minute, I'm going to add another 50 grams. Now this is a recipe that I follow, but you can take your own interpretations of how you brew like this. Each coffee, each recipe has its own effect on how your coffee will taste at the end. So at 130 I'm going to pour another 50 grams. Nice spiral circular motion. Up to 200 mils now. Now what you're trying to do is you're trying to slow down the extraction phase of the coffee. You're trying to control the speed in which this coffee is flowing through the V60 so that you achieve an extraction time of between 2 and 3 minutes. The faster you pour, the faster it extracts. So the higher up you go, the quicker the V60 will start producing water. I'm going to take it right the way up now to 300 mils. And we're going to leave it brew through. Now you can agitate the grounds, you can stir the coffee, which will move the coffee down from the bottom and agitate it a little bit around the V60. You can totally do that, or you can just leave it. You can leave them sit at the bottom of the water to extract right the way through. The V60 is designed to give you a really clean, delicious coffee. So completely different to the carafe, the French press that we were brewing last week. It allows you to have a far, far cleaner cup, less particles, less oils, just a really, really clean, bright cup of coffee. Okay, and we're there. So we've extracted everything in the cup. V60 just sort of away. And then you're left with this delicious, red, juicy cup of coffee, which is no oils, no taints to it, really, really sharp, clean. It's ready to go. And that's it, and that's how you brew the V60. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you next week.